PIAC works for a range of disadvantaged groups, including Indigenous people, those experiencing homelessness, children in detention, people who have suffered discrimination, and those who can't access basic services. But when you reduce this to those kinds of impersonal categories, we can forget that the experience of injustice is achingly personal. Our challenge is to see what others sometimes miss. We must see how a legal system which is generally open and fair can bear harshly on vulnerable people. We must see where the problem of an individual client is rooted in a broader injustice. And we must also see solutions so that a person with a disability can catch a Murray's bus like anyone else, so that a person with mental illness is not repeatedly fined for failing to buy a train ticket, and so that a child is not imprisoned unlawfully. PIAC, of course, also conducts litigation. What's special about the cases we run is that they're designed to benefit not just the individual client, but others who face the same problem. A good example is our recent case for Greg Colleen, who's here this evening. The background to Greg's case is maddeningly simple. There are many taxis designated as wheelchair accessible in New South Wales. The problem is that in reality, a large proportion of them cannot safely accommodate a wheelchair user. This leaves people like Greg in the humiliating position of booking a supposedly accessible taxi only to find it too small to use. To me, this wasn't just a legal dispute. It was a dispute about truth, about putting an end to a distortion of language that made an absolutely basic right unattainable. The scandal is, of course, magnified when you consider the huge financial incentives that wheelchair accessible taxis are able to gain. With PIAC's help, Greg made a disability discrimination complaint to the Human Rights Commission, and later we took action in the federal court. After a long 5-year battle, Greg won. And the New South Wales government responded to the court's decision by requiring all new wheelchair accessible taxis to be able to actually accommodate wheelchair users.